It's just all your favorite characters and all the strongest characters in the show fighting in one place at one time. Like after watching Akaza's backstory, it had me saying, shit, I would too. You need to watch this movie. Now, when it was announced that the final arc of Demon Slayer was going to be split into a movie trilogy instead of its typical seasons, honestly, I was pretty skeptical. Now, I thought these movies were just going to be rushed action sequences with no emotional bearing that just looked cool and had cool fights. But holy shit, was I wrong. The craziest thing was seeing Argo Zenitsu absolutely wipe the fucking floor with the upper six like it was nobody's business. This man invented a whole new thunder breathing technique called Flaming Thunder God just because he's entered his winter arc. This man literally pulled up, folded an upper rank 6 demon like some dirty laundry, passed out after reaching his daily demon killing quota, and then still somehow this isn't the best part of the movie. Now, watching this movie is like watching your first ever IMAX movie after you've been watching movies on your phone for your whole life. Like, sure, you can do it, but it's just nowhere near as engaging as going to this big ass screen with these crazy sound effects. Honestly, you have to watch this film in the cinemas. It's just mixed for the cinemas. The sound design, the visuals. Honestly, you feel the experience watching this movie at the cinemas. The visuals alone in this film are insane. Honestly, Ufotable have outdone themselves than probably every other anime film I have ever watched. Now, this paired with some of the best sound design honestly makes for one of the greatest cinema experiences ever. Like, each time we heard that banjo guitar thing go off, I was like, holy shit, something's about to go down, because we knew the castle was going to flip around and we're going to see different things. The sound just added another layer of depth to this movie that already had so much depth and so much going for it. It just made this experience just insane. And still, this isn't the best part of this whole movie. Now, the depth and the emotional bearing of all the characters and the backstories was so deep that every time we saw a demon backstory in the film, the guy sitting next to me was crying literally every single time. Now, seeing Akaza's backstory, honestly, I was just hoping that he wouldn't die. I was kind of hoping he would turn good or just some shit, just something. I just didn't want to see him go because I was kind of rooting for Akaza. I didn't want him to beat Tanjiro, but I was just kind of along his side. I just didn't want to see him die, especially when we saw the fireworks, man. That guy next to me was bawling his eyes out on that scene. The backstories were so deep and emotional and honestly felt at times somewhat relatable. Like, how can we be against the demons the whole show and then one crazy backstory drops and we're just saying, hear me out? This just made each fight so much more emotionally engaging. Like, we just understood each character and their motives and what drove them and why they were doing the things they were doing. Like, after watching Akaza's backstory, it had me saying, shit, I would too. The best moment for me in this movie has to go to the Tanjiro Giyu Akaza fight. The backstory, the emotions, the visuals, the sound effects, the conclusion top everything we have seen throughout this whole movie, which is still insane to say, seeing as every other fight and moment in this movie was a masterpiece. There wasn't a single fight moment, little bit in this movie that just dulled. Every part was insane, but this part just stood out so much. It was just incredible. The hype I felt watching this movie honestly brought me back personally to watching MarineFord in One Piece. It's just all your favorite characters and all the strongest characters in the show fighting in one place at one time. And you're just watching fight after fight. You're just being dragged through this. You're honestly just a passenger in this whole process, and it's incredible. Now, if the two upcoming Demon Slayer movies are anywhere near as good as this movie, then honestly, we're going to be eating good. I think this movie set a perfect example for future anime movies. It's like a good foundation of how good an anime movie can truly be. Now, rating this movie, I don't think it's a good anime movie. I think it's a fantastic movie. It masters things that big Hollywood blockbusters can't master now. It makes you care about every single character, and it's just an epic, drawn-out fight scene that is the beginning of something great to come. You need to watch this movie. Now, I wouldn't recommend this movie if you haven't watched Demon Slayer previously, as you'll be sitting there watching this movie the whole time wondering what the fuck is going on. But this movie is honestly a masterpiece, and I hope more anime movies follow in its footsteps. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, as that always helps me out, and let me know what other movies you'd like to see me review. Let me know which fight scene you thought was the best and which one was the worst. And as always, thank you for watching.